Hi guys, you are welcome to my channel Smart Polish. Today in this section of video I will discuss about SQL queries. So it will be a complete video series with for beginner to advanced levels. So I will go through each and every video. Please to follow it. So before running SQL you should have to install SQL. So here for my cases I'm using Linux platform Ubuntu and I'm using MySQL workbench, this one. So you need to do these things before running this thing or before practicing, that you will install MySQL in your systems, and followed by you will install MySQL workbench as well. Okay, so let's run with that. I'm going to open it. So it will be come as a connections like this. So where it will ask for your password, whatever the password you have provided during installation, that password you should have to give it here. So I'm giving the password. Okay, now my SQL is open here. This is the fine. So let's see, it is the description about these things. I will go each and everything one by one, don't worry about that. But before starting the video I will give you some of the descriptions, that some of the points and segmented code also just I viewed from books and other website, but it is already all this code is written in my own hand only. So first, let's understand this structure query language. Actually, it is called SQL. Actually, the pronunciation is SQL. Okay, and you should have to know that one more important thing in SQL, that there is so many database server is there. That MySQL, MS Access, Oracle, Sybase, Informix. Those are various different systems is there. But there is one silly question is sometimes is they're asking that MySQL server using TSQL language. Okay, so there is a little bit of change in MySQL to SQL and Oracle as well. So neither all those things are getting type of similar, you can say. So let's start with that. And if you talking about like Oracle, okay, so Oracle is not using TSQL, it is using PLSQL. PL for procedural language and structure query language. So if you talk about the history, SQL is started with Dr. E.F. Tend, which is the from the IBM, and he is known as the father of SQL. And there is another question is sometimes is asking that how many engine is there in SQL. So most of the guy don't know these things. If you work anywhere how many engine is there in SQL or SQL, then you should have to give the answer. There is a two engine. One is classic query engine and another is SQL engine. Followed by some of the things you should have to understand, that in SQL there is a four type of command we are generally using. Okay, so especially the four type of command of like this. One is called DDL command, like sorry, DDL command. In DDL command you'll get the create and alter and specially. Why it is DDL command? Because it is a data definition language. These are the command we are using to define the language. It is called data definition language. Followed by one another is there, DML. So in the DML, data manipulation language. So after creating the data definitions, so you can manipulate or you can insert the data. That's why it is called data manipulations. There is a three command also: insert, update, and delete. This is the data definition language. And another command is DCL. DCL is for data control language. How to will control it? It is given by the two statement, that grant and revoke. Grant and revoke. And one of those there is called DQL. DQL for data query language. Most of the guy don't know DQL, so it is only one command of select. Okay, this is the very basic command you should have to know about. That is the four type of command. Data definition is create, alter, drop. Now followed by data manipulation language, three: insert, update, and delete. And data control language is grant and revoke. And DQL for data query language is select. Okay, all this fine is fine. So we'll go ahead for that. For relational database management systems, we are using this MySQL. you can choose another things also, not an issue. And we should have to know another things is there. MySQL, each and everything will become in the table format. Okay, so in the table format there is a two type of things, one is row and one is column. So each and every row known as a record and the column known as a field. And we'll go through the SQL constraint. What is SQL constraint? There is a some variable is there that is known as a constant. It will more defined about the row or about the field. Okay, so constants are constants. Those are integer, then varchar, sorry, sorry, not integer, sorry, I'm going another yet, like not null, then default. Not null means you will not insert any null values. Default means it will automatically take and default values for each and every entity or entry, and unique values also there for each and every cases. It will should be and different I mean distinct values. After that, primary key values is also there, primary key and foreign key. Foreign key values also is there, and check each and every times when you insert the value it will be checked on that. And another one is index. This is called the constraint. Constraints are the rules that is enforcing the data when we are inserting data in the field or in the column. So, okay, it is nothing but. So followed by we'll go to the other constants also. So whatever the constants you are making, you can modify it, you can delete it, you can do anything in the perform operation on it. Okay, so when the things is coming that data normalizations, one thing you might be studied in BTECs or in the graduation level, that data normalizations. Why we use the data normalizations? There is a few certain things you should have to understand, that the data normalizations is like eliminating the redundant data and ensure data dependencies make sense. For this cases we are using data normalizations. So there is a specially 4 types of data normalizations we are using on that. First normal form or first NF, second normal form or 2NF, third normal form or 3NF, then followed by BCNF is there, void code normal form, and another one is the fourth normal forms, and followed by you can go through the fifth normal form as well. It's not an issue. So let's discuss about little bit what is the first normal form. First normal form is nothing that it will speak about more that it must define the data items, okay, and ensure there is no repeating group of data in first normal forms, first NF. And second NF, if you talk about more, then the second normal form is it should be in first normal form, and followed by that there is no partial dependencies of any other column on primary key. I'm repeating again, it should be in first normal form and there is no partial dependencies of any column on the primary key. And second normal form, sorry, it's over. Now go to the third normal form. There is should be in second normal form and there is no partial dependencies, you can say. Or some of the book it is written in another way, that it should be in second normal form and there is a non-primary field are dependent on the primary key. Okay, it is the things of like this. So for more update about the informations of third normal form, fourth normal form of VCNF, you can check to the website and go to the others. And okay, so I think we'll start with the thing how to create a table and other syntax as well. So let's get started with that. So actually after opening this thing, you got these things, so you should have to create a databases already. These are the things of databases. You can see it is called schema, these portions. This is the editor, and here it will become as a output. This portion will run an update and query, and actions input layout is this month. If you got any error or whatever the query you were running, for each and every time, so it should be updated that about the sense of it is actually run or not, and how many rows is affected on that, it will be given at here. So, and it is the like layout options of settings or query databases or something else. Okay, these are the things. So it is a schema. So first, suppose you don't have a schema, okay, for initially, so you need to create a schema, or directly you can go to the database sample at here, and you can create a new schema from here, or you can write a code for that. I'm writing here the codes like this: create database, delete. Okay, so only delete. Why double E? Because you cannot take a name of delete, because delete is a keyword, so this keyword should not be taken as a database name. So suppose that's why I'm giving the name of delete. So suppose I'm running on that, so each and every query will be run on uh, control plus enter. So you notice that my action output layout, it is told that it is give the message that one row is affected. So my database is already created. So you can notice it here. If you refresh the schema, then you will get that, yeah, delete database is created. Now if you want to use it, so my databases server is still now not ensured that which of the database you want to use. So to use a particular database, so you should have to give the command that use database, then database name. So this database is now selected. You can see it is in bold of a black color, so you can, by visualization, you can understand this database. We will work on further on that. After that, if you want to drop the database, then you can use it, drop the database. Actually, I'm not using these databases, that's why I want to drop it. So I want to drop it. So this database, it is deleted so far. So which database will use and the practical databases. So use practical database. Okay, now practical database is now selected. Now all these things is unnecessary further for me, so I make these things is commented line. So you got the idea how to create a database, how to use a database. Okay, so far when I am in practice database, um, yeah, so I'm in practice database. So what happened in that case is, suppose you want to create a table, so if you make comment on that, so it will not run. So what will happen exactly, it will tell that the employee is already existed. Okay, so we cannot make a table. So it will be better that I will delete, I will rename it. Okay, it should be better. So I will rename is like I'm giving practice. Okay, so I'm creating the database. Sorry, I'm drop this database first. Practice. I'm giving double E that I will create this database, and I want to use this database practice. And remember that whatever, when you will use the table name or database names, it should be in case sensitive, and SQL is not in case sensitive, but the database name and table name is case sensitive. Remember these things. So I'm using this thing practice now. Okay, you can see my practices and database is here now. So I want to use this database practices. Okay, I want to use these things of practices. Now in these practices I want to make an uh, okay, fine, everything's fine. Now create an tables. So when we'll create an tables, first command is create table, then database names. If you're not given the database name also, it will work, because we selected this, that use practices, because we are using this practices database, that's why. Okay, so you can give it the name as well. After that you will give the first bracket, then whatever the field you want to use, give this thing under colon, and use the constraint, which type of constraint you want to use. So id is the field of integer which will be not null. Then first name is a field which will be type of varchar. Varchar means variable and character. It will be length of up to 20 characters, and it is type of not null. And last name also the same. Email also varchar, and it should be null or should not be. Okay, I mean, you can, it is a given options that you can make it null or not null. It's up to you. Then phone number is to be in integer only, and it should not be in, not null. I mean, you should have to give the data for that, and age, city, and addresses like this. So let's run this thing. Yeah, my table is already created. Now let's see the table from here. If you want to see the tables, you can see that my table is created with id, first name, email id, phone number, age, city, and address. Those things is with that is my table is created. Fine. Now, okay. To modify the columns, so I want to modify the column that email, whatever the mail is, I'm written at here there. I mentioned here the email is null, but I want to make this email email should be varchar of 30, because some of the person's mail is so long. That's why I want to change it to varchar of 30. So I want to run it, the column. So it is successfully run. Now I want to go at the alter table employee. So phone number is there also, and want to give in the varchar of 15. Why it is 15? Because some of the phone number somebody is given to the 12 digits, or American phone number is totally 15 digits phone number. That's why we want to change the varchar from 10 to 15, and it should be not null. So I alter this column as well, the phone number, and followed by I want to add a constant to a column. Okay, want to constants what before inserting the data, it will check about the data that it will satisfy the condition or not. If it is satisfied the condition, then only this value will be inserted to the record. So here I want to change it. So alter table name, then add constant, then it is the constant name, and followed by want to give in the constant of check or constraint, which will be checked that whatever the age you are inserting, that should be greater than or equal 0. So run it. This is also run. Now add column to a table. Suppose I want to add this very important thing, that I want to add a salary column on the table. Okay, so I want to give the command like this: alter table name, add column, then column name, whatever the column name I want to add. I want to add the salary column. That's why it is salary, and it is the type of integer, and the constant is not null. So it is successfully run on that. And notice some of the time, to whatever the command we are running, it will be taken action at that point. So some of the times we'll check out here which command I'm running. Now come to the here default for a command. Suppose you want to make a default value, suppose is for each and every person age should be 50 as a default. Okay, you can modify it later, so you can do it. So if you do it these things, so you can notice that each and every people the age would be 25. Now let's check it that it is currently working on that. So select star means for each and every column or a field, you can say, our records from employee. Sure. So when we run this code, it will shows like this way, that age is not there because we not inserted any value still now. But what happened, I told I will insert a salary column at here, so my salary column is already inserted at here. Okay, it's fine. So far up to here it's fine. Now it is not a fair method that each and every person's age should be 25, but if you are working on the other tables or other type of table, so you can make it default, but I should not. So what happened, I want to drop it. Drop means permanently delete the default constant from the field of age. So what happened, alter table name employee, alter column on age, drop default. When you do this thing, drop default, so what happened, Whatever the default value is 25, it will be dropped for each and every cases, so no longer it will be valid. So please run this command. So it is also successfully run. Now I want to add the primary key on my table. Okay, here I want to add a primary key on my table. So when you want to add a primary key, you can define the primary key at the creation of table that times, neither you can't mention it later also. So I want to make the id field as a primary key. So the command will be like this: alter table, then table name. My table name is employee, add primary key id. So my primary key should be an id. Now fine. uh, Now for visualizations purpose, okay, you can create an index also for that. Okay, so I want to create an index is nothing. Index is the sequence of number for a particular field. So I want to create an index for employee of id, okay, where the index name is int index. Okay, so I want to create it. Now let's create it. So each and everything is so far is fair. Now I want to validate the table is how it looks like. So you can go through the table, double click on that, sorry, no, right click on that. So my table is here, practice. Okay, refresh all. Yeah, now you will get the employee table. So whatever the employee table we created, now right click on that and come to here, that alter table. When you come to the alter tables, you will get all the information about the table, how it is created, those of the column name and those of the type of data types. And I make this id field as a primary key, pk means primary key, nn means not null, uk means unique key, bin means binary values, and un means unique field constant, and jdef I don't know, and foreign key authentications, this one, and so have the default I mean this meaning of these things. Okay, so far is light. So I want to create another table. I want to create an order table on that. Already we are using practice these databases, so now there is I'm mentioning for security purpose that I want to create the orders table named under the schema of practice. Okay, so this table have three field primarily, which is id, another one is date, and another is amount. And primary key want to add it here. See, in that cases I'm mentioning my primary key in the table creation level, I mean ddl command, data definitions language command here. So run this program. So it is successfully run. So my second table also created. We can notice it here if I refresh it. So if I refresh all, so you can see order table also created. Now I want to add one more field at here, which is customer id of type integer and not null. So you can create it here, followed by I want to add the two tables with one references key, it's called foreign key. So that what happened, alter table orders add foreign key customer id, it is my foreign key now, which is references the employee table of id. So whatever the employee table of id, it is the primary key of employee table. Now this is the same thing, this id should name as a foreign key in customer table as customer id. So far all this thing is good. Now let's see to tables. This is my first table about, and this is my second table about. Okay, now I want to change the column names, so you can change it like that. So in employee table, uh, my first name there is in space, so let's change the column name to the table name, change column, whatever the column name, old column name to new column name, and the constant type. So previously there is a space, I don't want to give it the space in the first column, it will be only on first name, and last name would be last name, and font space number would be phone number. So I want to change like this. So I will come at here, I will give it an enter, so each and everything is changed. Now I want to insert the values in the field of there. So the thing is like this way, we can insert the values one by one, or you can insert the value at a time as well. So I want to insert the value first in employee table. So insert into employee, then in the first bracket write the field name. Okay, those are my field name, then values, then give the corresponding values. Suppose 100, it should be an ID. First name is Joya, last name is the Banerjee, mail ID is this mail ID, and whatever the string you will put, it should be in under under quotation. And this one is the phone number, and this one is the age, and this one is the city field, and this one is the address field, and followed by there is one more field is there, this is the salary. So you can insert the values one by one like this way. So I inserted one values here. Fine. Something is becoming strong at here, I think. Phone number. Okay, let me check for a little bit. So for all right, actually there is a little bit modification need. When I using the phone number, I use this phone number as an integer in the cases previously. Okay, so I change it to integer to varchar of 15, because I mentioned here the varchar of 15 as well. But what happened, but here I'm in mention of integer, but here I'm giving up this much of phone number, so it is not able to detect. That's why it is giving the problem. So I successfully run this command, and you can see my first value was inserted. So if you want to see the table of the first, the value is inserted or not, you can see this is properly inserted at that cases. Okay, fine. So fine. So like this way, and to give you the second value of here, so you can put your cursor anywhere. After that you will make the control plus enter, so it is also successfully run. Okay, second, now I want to insert the values like this way, that insert into employee values. Then there is no need to give the field. If you want to use all those field, just put the values first bracket, then you put the values like is the ID field, first name, last name, there is the mail ID, this is the phone number, age, city and address, then followed by salary. And mention one thing, that each and every record should be under the first bracket, and after completing of this thing you will give a comma, and like this way you will do this each and everything. So this many record I'm inserting together. Okay, so I'm at here this position, I want to run it. So control enter, so you can say 34 entity already, 32 row I'm inserting at here, 32 value I'm inserting. Okay, now I want to insert another things as well. Like I don't want to insert a thing like mail ID here. Here is mail ID not there, that's why I not mention mail ID. So I want to insert these values. So I want to make the table in different way. Okay, there is some be missing values and something else like this way. That's why I'm inserting the values like this way. So fine. After that, I want to mention um, uh, city's address is not there. So I, for two cases I don't want to be put the address. So this one also successfully run. After that, I, for these cases I don't want to use mail ID, address. Okay, this is things I don't want to be insert. So fine, run it, successfully run. And I would this is cases I don't want to be use the address, mail ID, city as well. Okay, so run this code. So these many I inserted at last. So, okay, so you can check my table, last table like this. Sorry, select star from employee. Actually, select star means it will retrieve all the information from the table, so you can check it. This is the informations that this is the ID, and followed by these things I want to insert it. I insert it actually. Okay, so and you can check it, this all the ID in proper way. It is ID is in sequential manner. These are the informations. Okay, all right. So you can say total is 43 record is there in my table of employee. Now I want to insert the values for order table as well. So let's go to the see first order table how it is. This is my order table. Now I want to insert the values in the order table, that insert into then table name, ID is a field, then date, then amount and customer ID, and the values is like this. Okay, and date should be in this format, that date and it's followed by timing. It is the hour, minute and second. So insert the values. These values is properly inserted. Now same way insert the other values as well. These many values I want to insert, so enter it here. After that, if you want to insert the other way, that ID, amount and customer ID only, so use these things. And more important thing I want to mention, in this video description I will attach the code that you can run it, or you can download it, or you can modify and practice on that. It is the most useful things for you. So in the other cases also I want to insert the values in the order table, but only I will use the field of ID and customer ID. So far is like this, fine, everything is fine. Now check out the order tables. Yeah, my order table is this, and there is total 16 record is there. Okay, fine, and the table structure is this, everything fine. So let's go ahead. Now I'll go to the query statement, how to fetch the data and retrieve the data and do other type of manipulations on the data, or there is a question on interview questions, different things and operation will do one by one. So far is fine. Okay, so I want to talk about little bit that there is some of the SQL operator is also there. So during these things we'll proceed with some SQL operator as well. So what is the operator? Operator is nothing but it will perform the operation in between two operand. Okay, so there is four type of basic operator is there: arithmetic operator, comparison operator, logical operator, and computers. Negate the conditions. So this is the operator, and arithmetic operators you know very well: plus, minus, multiplication, divisions, modulo. This is the operator. And a comparison operator is there, like equal, not equal, check constraint, greater than, less than, greater than equal, less than equal, not equal, or not less than, not greater than, like this. And there is a logical operator also, you know very well: all, and, any, between, exist, int, like. And there is a most important operator is like operator. You will frequently use on that, and most of the time it is coming for interview also as well, the like operator. Like operator also known as a wildcard operator. Okay, fine, these things we will discuss about one by one. So let's go ahead, and that we can talk more about on it. So here I'm giving the border actually commented line, because from here the query query started from here, that's why. So I want to create a new table from existing tables. So for each and every cases, guys, what happened, I'm giving the commented line as well, that you can find the very good way that whatever the next comment is going to be. So like this way the commented line, and I'm specially mentioned for each and every cases what should be the next line list we are doing on that. So it is the query that how to create a table from an existing table. Okay, so create table, imp salary as, where what happened, select id field, first name, last name, phone number, salary from employee. So those fields will take and will make a new table which is named as emp salary from employee. Okay, so let's run the code. Yeah, this is successful run on that. So if you want to check it, how's my table, you can check it. Yeah, this is my table. That first name, sorry, id, first name, last name, phone number, and salary. This is my first names. Okay, this is my table of m salary. So you want to describe the salary, you can describe that whatever the variable you're taking. So this variable or constant or nothing, that those constant we are taking during the creation of employee table, or this constant only. Now so far it is not needed, so I want to drop it means I want to permanently delete it, this table, because so far it's not needed, we will not do any perform operation on that. So if you want to do, so you can keep it in considerations for your further process, but here I will not use, I will use only the operation to the two table of employee and orders. So I will want to drop it here now. So it is successfully dropped. Now come to here, line number 183. I want to use the where clause, the use of where clause, how the where clause is used. So I want to retrieve this information, id, first name, last name, email id, phone number, city address, and salary, where the salary is greater than 50,000. So I want those employees whose salary is greater than 50,000, those informations I want. So I will give a comment like this, and this is the salaries coming back to me. Thus this persons with the id and all these informations have salary more than 50,000. Now how to use the and or operator. Those are the operator I told you, and this is the logical operator. So suppose I want to retrieve the salary whose salary is greater than 30,000, and it is the use of and statement and logical operator, and those are below 25 years. So I want the informations, and I want the this address field, I mean column field. So select those columns name from the table name where salary greater than 30,000 and age 25. So let's run this column, and we'll get that only this person's is getting, which is a salary is greater than 30,000 but age is also less than 25. Now if you want to use the or operator, and you know very well, or operator, only one condition it's became true, then it will become true, whole statement will become true. But it's not in the case of and statement. And statement, both the cases will be true, then only the statement will become true. But or cases, if any single condition will become true, then whole statement will be true. Here the same thing, but see what happened, the result using the or statement. These are the persons where those persons salary either greater than 30,000 or the age is less than 25. Now I want to use the update command. So I did a mistake, I think, in the name of one person. I think I will show you. Select star from employee where id, sorry, id equal to 501. Okay, actually I did mistakes in this person name. It should be and show me wrong. Okay, so what happened, I want to change it. So delete it. Yeah, to change any update, so update table, I mean it is a table name, set which name you want to change, that first name I want to change to set first name, then the exact name to under the quotations, where given the id properly, that id is 501. So if you do these things, it will be changed the name properly. And now followed by very important things I want to discuss that are here, the like operator. This operator is known as a wildcard operator also. What happened to find any values with the specific informations, you can retrieve the information from the databases or the table. Now let's see how it's go. Select star from employee where salary like 300 percentile and it is underscore, it is underquote. Okay, what does it mean? I want the all information from table employee where any person's salary is starting with 300. It is a very most important thing that the salary is starting with 30,000. Sorry, 300. We'll get this information now. Let's see. This all those things have the salary 300, start with 300. So it will give the informations. Now, if you want the salary in middleware anywhere 400 is there, we want this information. I want all the informations of employee where the salary started with any values, but in middleware any position there is 400 and end with any values. So let's run it. Yeah, those of the persons that have salary 400 in any positions. Okay, now this is the conditions. I want all the informations. Star means all the information from table employee where salary first start with 4 as a numeric value, after that 2 digit any values, and 4 digit value will be 0 and followed by any values. So let's run these things. We'll get the answer. Thus those of the persons whose salary is started with 4 then followed by 2 any value and third value also 0 and followed by any values. So we'll give the this result. Now what does it means? You can say, I will not tell you, but you can assume and you will give the answer. Are you ready? Sure. So I'm running this program and let's say the answer. I think I no need to describe these things. What does it mean? You got, and the same thing also here. I think no need to describe, you already got this idea. Now top clause to select the first or last record. This is the very important things of the top clause. You can, I'm giving this few star out here like 3 star use of the top clause. Very important thing. Suppose you want to retrieve some information, suppose the first trend record or last trend record or in between any record you want to retrieve, then you can use the top clause. So let's see I want the first 10 values. So select star from employee limit 10. What does it means? It means that I want the first 10 values from MySQL databases of employee table. So running these programs and you will get first 10 values from the employee table. Those are the use of limit, you can say. Now suppose you want to need the last 10 values. Actually it is these things that last 10 values you want 10 values employee, then you'll write this command select star from employee order by id. What happened, why it is order by id? Because we do the performance on id field, it should be in descending order, and from there I want to retrieve the information of last trend. So let's run it and you will get these things that it is the last trend record. It will be revert back to you that it is the last trend record. Fine, so far. Now after that we'll use the order by clause. What does it mean of order by clause? So suppose you want to retrieve any information, so you can make the arrangement of this record by its order, its particular field. This is the use of order by clause. So select star from employee order by first name or last name, you can use it. So let's say the informations, it will give the all this result, but it should be order by first name. Why it is first name? I give the first names whose first name start with the very first alphabetical order, it will give you as a first. So Avinav is the person whose name is start with A, Ajoy A, only do the A, you can say like this way, A, then you will get the following result of B and something else, C, D, like this way. Yeah, B, then C, then D, like this way, all the orders will get. And as well as also I'm arranging the salary, okay, and followed by salary also will arrange, but the order by clause, whatever the clause you will use, I mean field will be used first, it will give the preferences first, and followed by it next will get the second preference. So my first preference will be take a look in first name, and second preference will be take a look in salary. Now what should be this one? I think you got it very well, that I want the name in descending orders. I mean whatever the alphabetical last name, it will become as the first, and followed by at the end it will come as a, like CBA. So let's run these programs. Yeah, this is the field name, that it is the last name, then Tanaya, then Shumon, like this way, and at the last you will get the name which started with A. You can check it. Yeah. So it is the use of order by clause. I think you got it. Now we'll go to the group by clause. Group by clause also will mention a particular group on which you want to do your performance or operations. So want to use the first names and salary from the employee and group by first names. So whatever the first names, on that basis it will be grouped. It's a salary and summation, it will revert back to you. Let's run the programs, and you can say Avinav the 50,000, Ajay 32,000 looks like this. The record will be revert back to you. Now distinct, I want to use the distinct identical record. So how to do this thing? So suppose there is a different salaries is there. So 32,000 is a repeated salary, or 35 is the repeated salary. Suppose you want to distinct salary. So how will take it? So you will do the performance on salary only, distinct salary, order by salary. So let's run the program and see the output. Yeah, those are the distance salary. Okay, and it is in ascending order. So far we discussed about these things. Now we'll go to the group by clause. Before going to the group by clause, I want to give you some informations that about my channel. Please like, subscribe my video, and share the video as much as possible. If you are a good Python developer or in developer or an engineer, you can follow my playlist is there. Some beautiful and awesome playlist is there, very good about machine learning, data science, and R coding and R analysis, even though hacker rank, hacker or challenge, and some competitive program as well. So for that relevant of, I mean, argument, we can make a sense that the channel is quite good for you if you are a good developer or something else. So please like, subscribe, and share this video, and press the bell icon for more notifications. So let's go ahead for that in succeeding on that. So what happened? Group by clause, actually it will give the result on a particular group. It will make a group, on the basis of the group it will give you the back to the result. What happens? Select first name and salary, and from employee group by first names. I told these things already, and followed by I last time discussed all these things here also, that how to use of distance keyword. Now we'll do the sorting result. So how to do the sort? And this is very simple, like Civic Star from employee, order by first name, and descending. DESC means a descending order. I mean for last to first it will give. If you're not mention anything, it will be automatically take as an ascending. Sorry, it will not take an ascending, it will take as in default order. And if you want to make it an ascending, then a C you will use, it will make an ascending. So let's run the program and see the result, that my first names, on the basis of the first name, it is on descending. See Tulika, Tanaya, then Shumon, and like this way. You can make it in a second named, or you can make it in salary as well. Just depend upon you. Now I will use this constraint. Actually I already used this constraint, so I will not run these programs, but I will discuss these things, what is constraint about. Constraint are the primary things it will tell about, or it will speak more about the data type and what are the data type you're inserting, its value and its validity and variance. Like it is my alter table employee. I want to change the modifier of salary where the decimals values it will take, like 18 places, where 2 decimal places it will take, and the default values like 5,000. So you can change in any every cases. For that I want to make a constraint and giving the constraint name of employee, that my unique constraint, and unique constraint should be, this constraint name should be applicable on the field of age and salary. Like this way you can put. After that we can drop a default constant. Suppose you mention a constant, so you can drop it. So alter table name, alter column, you want to drop it from salary column, drop default. So what happen, what if there is any constant which is applicable on drop, so it will be applicable on salary, should be dropped from there. So followed by, if you want to add a foreign key, okay, it is also constraint. So I already given the foreign key, so I will not run this code because it should not be run at here. So like alter table name, add foreign key, customer id references to customer this id. This is the statement that you want to make establishment connection in between two tables, where one is the primary key, one is the foreign key, and the make relationship in between them. And you can drop it like this way, alter table, then table name, dropped foreign key column, so it will be dropped if it is there. And create an index, I told this thing to already, if you want to create an index, I will create, then create index, and then index name, suppose employee salary. On employee table I want to apply the salary, so on orders amount. So in this cases on amount field, this index should be applied and the index name should be employee salary, like this way. I'll not run these things because this is already, my table is well structured. And delete an index, so you can delete an index, alter table name, dropped index, then index named. So if you run these things, then whatever the index is applied to on your table, it should be deleted. Now this is a very important thing in SQL join. There is this frequent question asked in the interview, that how many type of join is there, and what is the join meaning. And sometimes also they're given to table and will tell to do the join, like self join, or like a left join, or after join, something else. So I will discuss these things one by one. So join is what? Joint is performing an operations on a table or set of tables to retrieve the data, with the given conditions. So you can say it is a join. So there is a specially 5 type of join, like inner joint, left joint, right joint, full joint, self join, and Cartesian join also there. So 6 type of thing. Okay, so suppose first name, last name, and salary I want to take from employee.orders, where employee id equal to order id. If you do these things, so it will give you the result of first name, last name, salary, and it will just it is a simple joint. Okay, just see the result, it will give the answer. And 16th rows you will be get it here. Why it is 16 rows? Because in my order.order id there is exactly 16 record is there. That's why this matching recorded values will be taken from the employee table, and those of the field will revert back to you. This is the things about join. Whatever the condition you are given, on the basis of the given conditions, those many record will be give you back. Now what is inner joint? Inner joint is nothing that return to rows when there is a match in both table. Very important these things. Inner joint is the thing when in the both table both those other record are matched from the both side, it should be give back. So I want the first name, last name, and salary from the employee. Okay, I want to do this, that inner joint, I mean employee table should be inner joint with orders, where employee id equal to customer id. So it will also give you back to the 16th result. because my exactly 16th record is matched with the employee ID, and from the employee those are the field I want back. So it will give you back the 16th rows or 16th result, and those are the 16th result. Now the very important thing as well is the left joint. So left joint, see the things first. Select, then column name from table name. Left joint table named on table.id, table.field name equal to table.field name. So it is the condition on which basis they will join, and it is the condition which join you are using, that order left joint with employee. Okay, and I want to back these of the field record I want to back. So it is the concept about left joint, but more generally in theoretical way, left joint is the joint that it will give you back all the record from left hand table and the matching values from the right hand table. If there is no single matching value from the right hand table, then it will give you back only all the column or all the record from left hand table. So run it. Yeah, so I told that it is the started with the orders, so the order tables, so those of the 16th row will be give you back. Okay, and right join also the same case as this thing, so it will give you the complete right hand table and the matching record from the left hand side table. If there is no match record in the left tables, so it will give you back only the right hand table, and this is the conditions like this. So let's run the program and see the output, and it's my output of like this right hand table. So there is another thing that if you want to change the column name, why I should have to change the column name, I will tell you. Because I mentioned ID, capital ID is the ID for both, I mean order table as well as in the employee table. So I want to change the ID to small id, small case of id for the table orders. So what will be the command? Alter table name, change id to small id in not now. So my id should be changed. Now what happened, I will go for that. So I will use the full join. Full join is what? MySQL support only union all and not full join. It is the concept of full join for SQL, but MySQL is not supported. So, but we can do the full join. How? By using the union all. To do this thing union all, first you will do the left join, and followed by union all you will do the right join with the same thing. Okay, so this is the command, quite little bit complex for you first time, but it is very easy. Why union full join we are not using? I told you that full join is not support in MySQL, that's why we are using union on our operator. Okay, fine. Before proceeding to this thing, actually I remember one thing, that what is the difference between left join and left outer join? Exactly, there is no difference between left join and left outer join. Okay, sometimes interviewer will give you this ambiguous question to you, but you should have to be confident that there is no difference on that. And sometimes also they are asking what is the difference between union all and union. Union all will give you back those results with duplicate values, but in union there is should not be and duplicate values. Okay, so far this is the condition about full join. So whatever the record you want, this record from employee table, then left joined with orders and with the given conditions. This thing will do end, but it should be in the right join. Okay, and in between there will be an union all, and this whole thing will work as a full join or full outer join. See these things, my full outer join, and total 61 to recorded will be given back. Now self join is nothing. Self join is the join that from a particular table with a particular uh, um, a field you want to revert back. So this is the record with certain conditions. This is called the subjoin, where I want to use the um, join itself a table. You can say self join. So a dot first names and a dot last names. I didn't know till now what is a, and b dot amount. Okay. After that, I mentioned from employee A. Exactly, A is employee. So from employee table, I want the first name. From employee table, I want last name, and b dot amount, where I mention order as B or order B. So from order table, it will take the amount field, where salary A dot salary is greater than 50,000 and B dot amount greater than 500. So it is called the self join. These are the results. Is fine. Then Cartesian product, there is a Cartesian product where each and every row should be multiplied or with others recorded of a table, another table. This is called the Cartesian product. Run this program, more visualization will get. This is the record. First record is multiplied with each and everything. Okay, after that it will give. And total record is 688. This many rows are affected. Now union clause. There is some clause also there. We'll talk about the union clause. I told there is two type of clause. One is union clause and union clause. The difference between union clause is that union clause will not give you back the duplicate values. So we are using full join before, but here we'll do the inner join, you can say. So it is the query of left hand joint and it is a query of right hand joint, and in between we are using union. So it will give you the distance record that is found from the both table. Run it. 43 rows is affected, so 43 result it will give you back. Union all, I discussed this since already. Null value check. Suppose there is a null values or not, so we want back where cities is null. I want first name, last name and salary from the employee where cities is null. Those persons have no cities mentioned in my databases on my table. I want those records. So let's run it. Gaurav Kumar, Manoj Kumar and Krishna Jadhav. These three records have all those values but not the city. Actually city field is not mentioned. That's why I want the result. So it is the checking of the null values. Alias syntax. What is this meaning of that? When I use exactly in that previous here exactly here a dot first name, a dot last name, exactly it is the concept of call alias. Now we will talk about the alias syntax. Alias syntax is nothing. This is the aliases or a synonym of a particular table. So e dot first name, e dot last name, e dot city, then o dot amount from employee as e. So what happened, my employee table I am representing as e and order table I am representing as o. So O means order table, and from there amount field will be retrieved where e.id is equal to o.customer id. So let's run the program and see this result. Those of the result is given back to you. Now it is the index. Suppose you want to create an index on a particular field, you can create index names on employee. Then on which of the field you want to apply this index, mention it under a first bracket. This is the things I applied it, but no longer it is not useful for me. I want to delete it, so let's delete it. So drop index names on employee. That's fine. Now there is a main difference. Some of the most of the interviewer asks about what is the difference between delete, truncate and drop. Now uh, let me first employee salary I created before, I think. So let's see the employee salary first. No, employee salary is not there, does not exist. So I commented somewhere, I think. So let's search it, and Create table employee salary, yes. Yeah. Achha, employee salary is deleted here, so I want to use the employee salary here again. So I run this code. After that I will go to my that statement. Yeah, employee salary. So what happened here, I told I will discuss about drop delete. Sorry, delete, truncate and drop. Actually delete is these things that all the I mean uh, field values of a record will be deleted permanently. It is called delete. Table structure will be remain same, and the table named in the schema will be same when you are using delete statement. Now come to the truncate statement. When you use the truncate statement, so all the table information will be erased, but the table structure should be remain unchanged, and your table name should be unchanged and exist will be exist in the schema. But if you are using drop statement, then no value, no table structure, and no table name should be exist on the schema. Okay, and one more thing also you can see, the rollback command is not applicable on delete drop statement. So rollback is a command. Suppose you do anything, suppose you want to back these things, so you can roll back to you. But if you used dropped, then you cannot roll back. So before you are using drop statement, be sure that you are doing the drop statement, applying the drop statement with particular databases or particular table with very sincerely and carefully. Now select start from employee salary. Now see the structure. It is my structure. Okay, fine. It's my table. Now I want to what happened. I want to truncate the table. See, when you will happen to truncate the table. Now see the table structure. So my table structure is remain there, but there is no values. But when you will do the drop statement, so the table no longer will be exist on there. It practice on there. Yeah, employee salary is there till now exist. But if when I will apply the drop, then table structure will be gone and employee salary also will be permanently removed from the schema. So let's run it. Drop. So it is successfully run, and see my employee salary is no longer exist in the schema. So it is the difference between drop, truncate and delete. Now I want to create a view. Now what is view? View is nothing. It is the aliases of our table. I mean, for view purpose, we are using the view statement with the help of a various field that is retrieved from various table. We can make a view. So let's make a view from a table, and we will perform operation there. So create view mview from as what the first name, last name, and salary will be taken from employee. My view is now created. Now want to select the view. Let's see. Select the view. The view is like this. This is the table. Okay. In the table, my view is already created, and so far it is good. So imp view is a table, for instance. Now view with check options. If you want to check the options, that create view check view as select first name and last name salary from employee, where I want to take the those record only where salary is greater than 50,000 with check option. With check option mean it will check each and every record, and those of the salary are greater than 50,000, only those record will be taken. So created it. So run this program and this created. You want to check it? So check it. Yeah, those of the record above 50,000 salary as retrieved. Alright, fine. You can delete a row from an view. So it is the command. You can delete it with the particular options. Okay. So we'll no longer use this thing. Okay, so I want to drop this view. No longer I will not perform on the employee view or check view. So I want to drop it. So run this command, drop view, then view name. Successfully run. Fine. Now I will go to the check the it is the type of question interview. It's very important. The star on that 4 star. I will take a little bit pause and I will come back to you. And before that, I will request you please subscribe my channel, like my video, and press the bell icon. And if you have a comment, query, or something else, please put it in the comment sections below and guideline the community blog as well. I think my YouTube channel is not so bad. It is quite useful and some meaningful channels. So I will request you to subscribe it. And for more informations or you have want to need anything else, please let me know. Okay guys, now here I want to check the third highest salary. So select distance salary as salary from employee order by salary in descending order, limit 1 offset 2. What does it mean? Offset 2 is not there, actually it is n minus 1. If you want to the third salary, so n is 3, so 3 minus 1 equal to 2. This is the best way to perform or retrieve the information of the third highest salary from employer table. So let's run the code and get the salary. Let me increase this month. Is 1,20,000 is from my table. It is the third highest salary. Now, if you want to use the having clause, how will you do this thing? And remember those things. Having clause is always followed by a group by clause. So select sum of the salary as S from employee group by salary having where the salary is greater than 1 lakhs. Those I want the informations. So those are the things that salary is more than 1 lakhs. Okay. Now followed by I want to describe the table again here, employee tables, that my table is here like this. So from my table I want delete from the employee where id is equal to 215. So you can check it here, 215 it is in this record. Yeah, this record is 215. So I want to delete these things. So it is very easy when you delete this statement. Delete from the employee where id is equal to 250, it is to delete. So I want the rollback. What is the rollback means? I told if you deleted something, so you can roll back, but rollback is not working on the drop statement. So I want to roll back it. So you got this thing successfully or not? Let's check it. So yeah, 215 is not there because I told uh, it is deleted from there. Okay. For my cases I mentioned here, my rollback is not working, so you should have to make comment it is after commitment or before commitment, you should have to give it. But I practically noticed that thing and mentioned that rollback is not working in this statement MySQL. So something is missing, including something with me maybe. Now the wildcard operator, I told wildcard operators is nothing but it is the use of like operator. So I discussed these things, but I repeated this thing here again, like operator. So it is a thing that first name with started with GA will be retrieved from here. So first name this GA is only one information. So salary, whose salary is last is 5,000, those information will give to me. Those of the person that have last in the salary 5,000, and this is the address that start with the Malda. So this information will give those of the persons from Malda. Okay, and date functions. So yeah, this is the current data. Yeah, so this is completely going to the another sections is completely here. This sections we can make understands another way, like this is the I mean, this is the part of SQL functions. Okay, SQL functions, whatever the function is there, those function. So those are the basically functions we are generally use sometimes in SQL. Okay, so what will add date? So you want to add date, select add date, then date format, it is in under the quotations and followed by 31. So it will give you the answer of like this. This is the next date of 7th month. Here it is 6 month, it will goes to after 31 days, it will exactly goes to the 7th month. So convert time zones from Greenwich Mean Time to MET Mean Times. So it will convert the time zones of like this way. It is the same. If you want to the current date used, select current date, it will give the current date. If you want to the time now, so it will give the time, and exactly it is actually I'm making the video and at midnight now, a night, only 20 minutes 22 seconds on the time. Now you can get the current date and time together. So it is my current date and times. So followed by I want to differentiate between two dates, so it will give you the back the answer. And remember this thing, always try to keep the updated date and 2 days date in the first and followed by backend date at the last. Okay, and date format, so we want to change the date format in different way, where W will be represents for a day and M for the month and Y for the year. Okay, so runs, so it is the Saturday and June 2019 as the mentioned dated here. So if you give small m, then what will happen, it will give 06, I mean it will be the numerical. When it will give a small w, so it will be as a Saturday is will counted as a number. Saturday means as a day of 6, and but actual format it is this one I like. Okay, so there is a different type of date format here, and date name. So from there, if you want to know what is the date name on the day, so use these things. It is a particular on Saturday, and date of month. From there, if you want to retrieve the month, what is the month actually? So it is the 22 day of month. Sorry, it is the day, particularly which day it is. It is a 22 number day, that's why it is 22. And a day of week, it is particularly which week in a year. It will give you the 7th week. So day of year, from there, if you know very well, it is day of year means 173 number day on that particular date. If you can ignore the each and every times this time zone, okay, it is not so necessary when you are dealing with date. Extract year, month, and date. Sorry, it should be date. Okay, so given this thing, year from the format, string under the string, it will give the format of the date and time. So it will give that is in which year, it is 2019, and we can extract the month, it is the month of 6, and you know very well what will be the output. It will be output as 22 because it is the day of 22. Now from date, with this many date, you want to form a date. So what will be date? Day of 2020 11/20. This many date means it will be started off 2020 year, 11 month of 20 date. So in Unix time, we'll make a date as well also. Date and times we can make it. Hour times, you can make it the hour times, it is only 22 hour, and you can make it a minute, and you can make it at the last date. What will be the last date of this month? So my for that cases it will be 30, because last date is 30 of 6 month. Make date, so you can make the 2019 year. After that you want to add 122 days. So what will be the date exactly? The date will be 5th month of 2nd day. So you can make time as well, so it will know the very simplest method. You can make the times of 6. Select make time of from there, it is the 6, and microsecond also you can make. So this many microsecond on that particular time. Okay, minute you can make from here, and minute is 12 as it is mentioned, that minute is 12, and you can make the month as well. The month will be 06, or 6 is given answer. Month named, 6 is month of June, so it will give you that June. The current date times, I already run this code. And period of times, what will be the period of times in between two things? The period of time will be, in differences will be 3424, and second of time, if you want to make with that time, then it will be this many second, and actually it is a minute, 39 minute 38 second with the given second of this much. System date, actually it is the current on that date when you are working. After that, you can make a select time, which time you want to select. It is my time. UTC time, you can make it here, that UTC date is here and UTC time is here. Now week, you can select here which is the week. It is the 24th week of this date in 2090. Week of the year, which year it is, 25th week of the year it is on that given date. Year of the week is given with the given date is like this, 2019 24. Everything's fine. So temporary table about I given it here. Now SQL subqueries, I will move forward on that. So when you go to the SQL subqueries, actually, so subquery is nothing, the query inside a query, and you remember these things. The subquery, these two types. The global query will be run sometimes and followed by the local query. Query inside a query will be run. But special what independent subquery dependent on the query inside a query. This inner query will be run first and followed by the global query will be get access. This thing. So it is the query like it is the global query. Select star from employee where ID. Which ID will take? This ID will be take that select ID from employee where salary greater than 60,000. This is the called inner query and this is the called outer query. The inner query will be in this case run first followed by outer query. So run this program and get the answer. So this is the answer. Followed by sequences, handling duplicates. Suppose there isn't so many duplicates we don't want to be, so then use a distinct clause. So a distinct clause will give you only this value which will appear in only one times. If it is appeared two times, it will be treated as only one time. So run this code. So my distinct salaries is those. Find the duplicate. Suppose there is a duplicate, so how to find the duplicate is the very important questions. Most of the interviewer talk about these things. Find the duplicate values from there. So select salary, count salary from template, group by salary. This is the enough from to find the salary. This is the main important thing, that having count salary greater than 1. So it will found if and salary greater than 1 will give you back only those informations. So those of the salary, this is repeated like 20,000 is repeated 8 times, 30,000 repeated 3 times, 32,000 is repeated 5 times, like this. Okay, so very useful command is this one. So you can use by this way also. Run the program first. After that I will tell you that select salary from template group by salary having count star is greater than equal to 2. Those of the salary is more than 2 appeared, it will give you the answer, or you can get those one also. The same thing. This is the repeated salary, and even notice 22 rows returned, and for that case is 7 rows returned. Okay, so depend upon which of the query will run and the condition that count is greater than 2 will use. For return, those of the queries return more than 2. Then the count actually nothing but it will count how many actually. Select count from template where salary is 32,000. So 32,000 salary, how many it will be counted? So it will be 5 times. and you can give you the proof back here in this query. I told you, yeah, 32,000 things about here. 32,000 salaries 5 times. Okay, the same thing I got the result at here in this query, that how many 32,000 salaries there? 5. Suppose you want to max salary, it's very simple. Min salary from salary, max salary, min salary, though you can average salary, you know this thing very well. You can make min salary, average salary, max salary. Fine. You want to make the use of sum. Sum is nothing but the summation. Select sum of salary from employee group by first names. So the salary is mentioned. Square is nothing. Square of a value, particular value. So square of the each and every salary will be squatted. This gives random nothing. The random values it will take from there. This many random values. And order by rand. So these are the values. We'll take order by rand. Want to check the table first once more time. Okay, and I want to check the order table as well. Fine. Now I want to make the joins. I already repeated the joins before, so I will not repeat the joins here again. Now I will use more about the things. Absolute min, it will take only integer value. Positive, a assigned will be the sign values of 1, a tan up to values. What happened will give the tangent value. Ceiling is the uppermost integer values. It will give the 4. Convert these things, that 5 is in 16 based and should be converted to the base of 2, so it is 101. Now degrees, pi as a degrees, so it is 180. Exponent of 3, this is 20. 4 of 3.24, this will give 3. Greatest, find the maximum values from the given. An interval will give you the maximum interval, it is 6. Greatest or smallest, it will give the minimum values is 2. Log of 45, it will give the logarithm values. Log of base 10 will give the base 10 values of the logarithms, and it will give the mod means modulo operator. It is the given the octal values of 12 is 14. Pi is the answer. Power 2 to the power 5 is 32. Radians, 90 degree radians means 1.75 dot something, and round is 9.245. So if you rounded these things, the next value will be 9. Square of 9 is 3. Standard deviations from the order, what will happen is the amount standard deviation from order. Truncate is nothing, that it will take the 3 decimal point to 364, 5.364, it will be given answer. ASCII character of 2 is 50. ASCII character of PM is like this, 112. Binary value of 17 is like this. Length of a string, bit length, character length also you can use, this 6. Concatenation of 2 string with the using of concat. Concatenation of with space. Okay, suppose there is a comma, so it will be concatenate with comma only, so it will be here like this. Convert of a number, so a is in format of hexadecimal, will convert it to in binary format, so the representation will be 1010. Now ELT return a particular element with a given positions formed of the set of element. Suppose you want to third positions, so it will give you the because in the string it is placed in third positions. Field is a return of index. Okay, so those are my field, and run these things, and we get that polish is get at the fifth positions. That's why it is written the index. And select the format of 4, so it will be format of the 4. So 4 position is taken, and the hexadecimal format. Insert into polish module after in the 6 positions to it will goes to 7 and with that name. So run it, you'll get that thing. And where the 7 is the length of the given string, and 6 is the index positions from where it will be replaced. 6th position here, from this position it will be indexed to 7th characters of the given name. In string where is bar, it will be there for found first time, it will give that in 8 positions it is found the bar, so it will give you the back. So lowercase will give the lower, left sections and right sections. If you want to change the left sections, the first 7 character will give you back. If you want the last 7 sections or 7 character, it will give you the last 7 character give you back. You can upload a file in like this way, it is then given. Located, suppose from there where this name is located, it will give you the index, that in the 14 index this name is located here. Lpad is left hand side padding, left trim and right trim is left hand side trimming, and right trim is the right hand side trimming. Mid is nothing, the middle of the values. Okay, it will take from 3 to 7. Now octal representation is like this. Position of mandal in plus mandal, so it will give you these positions, so it will give the answer. And 7 mandal is found, so you can repeat is there, replace is there, reverse you can sound X also. This is the very important. Polish, how it will be sound as P420. Each and everything it will be different. Space 6, it will take automatically 6 blank spaces, nothing is. String comparisons, suppose two string are same, then it will be 0. If two string are not same, it will give 1. Substring is there, it will found. Trimming is there. Now interview question is here. So the very important part is here, the interview question. Find the occurrences of the characters. Most of the interview told, if there is a polish model, suppose, to find the occurrences of A in this string. So what happens? Select length, then give the length minus length, replace the given the string, then which character they're talking about, give the character name, and this character should be replaced with a blank space. Okay, this is the thing, nothing else as occurrences. So let's see how many A's occur. 3 A is occur in polish model. So this is the very important question. Sometimes they're asking, I'm giving 2 star as the importance level. So I will do so many information on that. So let's see the table again, my order table and my employee table. Select the distance record with the column field values of the summations. Okay, so what happened, I want the customer ID and sum of the amount as amount from the order group by customer ID. So let's see, in order table there is a sum of the order is repeated, so I want the summation of the whole amount of repeated orders and distinct order as well, so it will be give that answer. Write a query to select the first names using alias name. That's very simple. Want to first name, so the alias name is the first name. Very simple query. Print last 2 characters of address from the employee. It is the most crucial things most of the guy don't know. Like Python, it is also working on negative index. From an address field I want last two field means last two. So like each one of the every address fields is given in like this. Okay, now find the position of a character in a column of record. So particular positions where A is there we want to find. So let's run. It is found in the second, first and second. Print the name to without space as the last name followed by first names. So like other card, first last name is there followed by first name without space I want to use, so it will be query like this. Full name with space in a single column. So concatenation operator will use first names, there will give the space and followed by last names as full name of employee. Now I want to use get the details of employee like Babu, so it will give the details from there. Print employee details whose salary is in between 60,000 to 50,000. This question also sometimes asking, so I'm giving the important level of 2. So you will use the in between operator, between operator. Those are the in salary, sorry, person is there. Those salaries are in between 60,000 to 1,50,000. Want to check the order salary again because we'll do perform on that. So let's check on the orders tables like this. And print the detail of an order is placed in January and December. So suppose any order is placed in January means 1 month or in 12 month, how will you get this thing? The very important thing is like this. So what happened, nothing else. Select down from order where month in date. So whatever this thing is date is 1 or month in 12, you'll get back to this record. Those are the order which are order in the month of January or in December. Print the name and salaries whose salaries in between. I told this salary is repeated, so but using it is the in a query. So employee table, select the number of employee from each table where state is at last two characters. So I want to distance text. I want to show these things, and it is the very important things, very important 5-star, that how many person is there from a particular state. But actually my address string is like this. Check out this thing from a particular state. Yeah, suppose WP is a state, but it is not, it is mentioned in address field. UP is a state, it is address in address field. Okay, so how many people is there from each and every state? So each and every case is West Bengal represented as WB, UP means Uttar Pradesh, up like this. WB for each and every case is West Bengal, TP for Tripura, like this. Okay, so how many people is there from each and every state? These are the very good questions. So AP 1%, Assam 2, Bihar 3, like this way. Find the duplicate record. You run this program to find, you can do these things again. And clone table, table name like employee. So all the recorded and all the value will be cloned at here. Suppose you don't want to without record, if you want to clone on the structure of the table if you want, then use where clause where 1 equal to 0. Okay, it is not run actually because I actually clone it with first, so it will not run. Okay, so if you want to see the clone table, you can check it here. My clone table is created. Sorry, my clone table is created. That's why. So I don't know, it no longer is these things. So drop the table. Dropped table. Okay. I want to drop it. Fine. In highest salary, this is the very important. Suppose I want to select the nth highest salary, n baby minimum, first, second or third, any. So I want to check the second highest salary. Second highest salary is 2, and it is only one record I want. There is no duplicate record, that's why it is 1. Okay, fetch the record whose are getting the same salary. So select star from employee where salary in, select salary from employee, group by salary having count 1 greater than 1. So this many of the person are getting repeated salary, that other person is also getting, like 30,000 is there, 32,000 is there. So those 2% Joy and Palash are getting the same salary. Select highest salary. So there I am using offset, but here I am using only one by using limit clause, that the highest salary is this one. Okay, and descending order, or you can use this thing also, 1,40,000 if you want to retrieve only the salary. Now that the very important thing is, if you want to retrieve the first 50% of the record, how will do these things? So you will use this statement, select star from employee where email id less than equal, select count email id divided by 2 from employee. Why I use email id? Because email id is the only distinct thing so far I found. That's why I use email id. You can use other field as well. Randomly select 50% of the record, then use rand function. Fetch a record who have more than 2 people in a particular place. So from a particular place more than 2 people is there. So how to find? So select address, count substring address as state from to employee, group by address having count greater than 2, and this question is very important. So run these things and get the thing that Allahabad UP have 3 repeated person, Bardhaman WB have 3 repeated, Durgapur has 4 repeated. So this question is very important for you guys. Now go to the next statement, that number of people in a city, how many people is there, particular city is there. So the very statement, there is a city particular options, from there you can retrieve the information, how many person is there in a city. Select star from select city, count city as the people in city from the employee, group by city. Select the last record. So this is the last record, the select star from employee where id equal to select max of id from the employee. So maximum id where it is mentioned, from there I want to retrieve. Select last 10 record. So you can descending order, you can follow the id, after that use the limit clause. This is the fun, last 10 record. Select highest salary from each city. So there is a distinct cities there. After that I will use the group by city clause, and I want to maximum salary. These are the thing from a particular city, highest salary. First, third highest salary is also very simple. I think you got it. Minimum 3 salary. So order by salary in limit 3, and it is in distinct salary. Like those are the salary or minimum salary. City total earn. So city, sum of the salary as total from employee, group by city. So particularly city, which city is earning how much, it will give the answer. Sum of the salary for every state. This is the very good important questions, that each and every state salary is like this. AP 65,000, Asansol 90,000, Bihar 1,29,000, like this way. How I'm doing these things? I'm taking the state first as a substring, as state, the number of the salary, sum of the salary from employee, group by of this thing. If you use here state, it will not work. So far I won't work on that. Suppose you want to replace this statement with state, because you mention here state but it will not work, so you should have to use this one only. So if you run these things, you'll get the answer. Minimum 3 salary is the answer. It is the very thing, simple thing. Maximum this salary is getting these things. So far I'm done with my video. I think hope you understand, and please guys, please like, subscribe and share my video, and press the bell icon for more notifications, and please put comment and the comment sections, or any alternative solution, alternative query or comment, please put it the comment sections and help the community guys. So far the request, my channel is quite data science, machine learning and relevant these things, so that's why I uploaded this video related to the database. If you have more interest on that, please to follow my channel, because in subsequent video I will upload the data science some important things, and followed by I will move towards to MongoDB databases as well. This is very important for data science learner. And followed by after few days I also upload the video on Python framework of Django, which is in the running phase for now. Hope you guys understands. So this is the complete video about the few minutes. You can say the total video length in my case is 1 hour 45 minutes. It's so long. So I think everything's fine. Have a nice day. Goodbye.